Good morning, country girls and guys. Just gonna try to center you here without too much bouncing around. Oh, there they are. I just went looking all over for those, couldn't find them. But I found my googly eyes. I had a dream one night at 4 o'clock in the morning about where my googly eyes were. And I want them today, so I thought, I'm hoping that dream is true. And it was. There was my googly eyes. And I have them now. I'm so happy. The only thing I didn't have for this particular, okay, you need to go. Because you can't even help fold paper, so you're useless to me at the moment. So, now, we had figured out a place for you over there. You can stay there. Okay? That's a good boy. Now what did you find that you could... You're such a little monster. You keep getting into stuff. So anyway, found everything I need for the bunny, because Easter is coming, so we need to have a bunny that we can work on, so that if you have grandkids or even big kids, you can do them a bunny. Now I don't have any dark brown paper, and that's what I was hoping to find. I even went through all my cardstock papers trying to find like a dark brown like this. This isn't enough. And these are all different browns. None of them are the same. So I'm out of luck there, but I wanted to make a chocolate bunny rabbit. And I just can't because I don't have what I need. Must have done a lot of them at one point in time because I have nothing that is brown that can be used for this. I could do a white rabbit, but I'm not fussy on white chocolate. I don't. Oh, Fred, you are really just gonna be in my way. In my way, in my way. That's what you want to be today, isn't it? That little cotton ball's not for you. It's for the bunny tail. Anyway, so I'm going to put that out of my way since it's not going to help me. So what I have done is my prescriptions were delivered last night. And they come in a thin paper bag like this. So I have cut strips, so we're going to have, I guess, a milk chocolate bunny rabbit instead of a dark chocolate. But he will get his eye, and he will get a puffy tail, and then we're going to do some other decorating to him and make him all cute. And I need to shut off my Lizzie. I'll shut that off. I just realized that it's on and it was about to go to a new video. So that's what I do when I have my morning coffee, except this morning I have run around trying to find what I need to do this bunny. I have them all cut out, prepared, and ready to go so that we can start to fold right away. I have not heard from my stepdaughter Debbie yet, so I am going to go ahead and get this video done, hopefully by the time it's finished. See, I don't even know if she's coming today or tomorrow, so that's why I thought, well, I'm up. Kat's had me up at 8, but I have been doing things, looking for things to do this bunny, and plus I am in a, what do you call it? I can't remember. It's through Coffee Cup Crafts. It's a clutter box exchange. So I think that's what she called it. And it's to send things. I have a partner, Angela, And I'm glad it's Angela because we have exchanged things before, so I kind of know things she likes. And but I have sent her a few things that will be unexpected. I tried to ask her if there was anything, you know, specific that she would like, because I do have, you know, some things left from when I was a teacher that, you know, if she could have used them, I could have sent them. Well, I ended up sending her some stuff anyway. And so hopefully they will come in handy to her. I don't know what Angela's working on right now. I do know, however, that she loves Halloween. But I sent her a Happy Meal just a while back full of Halloween stuff. So I thought, okay, maybe we should stay away from the Halloween and try to send her other things that she might be able to use. So I was going through stuff for, I don't know, about an hour. I filled up a box. So, Kelly at Coffee Cup Crafts said, you know, no bigger than a shoebox. So Angela had sent me a message last night telling me that she's sending it in a padded envelope because of the expense of mailing, and I definitely understand that. But once I got started pulling stuff out for her, I thought, there's no way this is going to fit in an envelope, and I just happened to have one small box. And so that's what I'm putting it in. And I hope some of it will be of use to her, and that she will like what I have sent her. You know, certain things that you can only get certain places, and sometimes it's just, we all know how much certain things are out of budget and whatnot, and I understand that more than anybody. But I do have a lot of, you know, tools and supplies kind of things, sponges and things like that, where I've got double or triple of them because I used them a lot in my classes. So I always had them on hand. Now I don't have all those classes to teach, and I've got lots of them, so I sent a few things her way that she might not have, and, you know, just went through a few of my bins and sent her things. And I know she does a lot of, she's really good at, oh, the name was right there and it just went right out of my head. Steampunk. She loves steampunk too. And I know that. And I have very few things that are steampunk. I have been trying to collect things for that so that I could try it. Okay, so what did I've done it again. Look at that. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, no, I followed it right. I thought maybe I had gone off number, but I didn't. Yesterday was such a weird day for me that it was like I was going off left, right, and center of everything that I needed to do, and, you know, hitting wrong numbers left, right, and center too, and jumping ahead of numbers. That was not good. All my electronics were acting up yesterday, from printers to tablets and phones and, oh, you name it, everything electrical just was not working. Then last night when I thought, oh, I'm just going to go, it was about 9:30, 10 o'clock, I thought, oh, I'm just going to put a show on Netflix and just try to relax now. You know, I didn't even eat dinner until 6:30, 7 o'clock last night, just because I was still puddling around doing things. And so by the time it gets to that time, I don't feel like eating anything, you know, because it's kind of gone past. So I ended up having a piece of celery and that was good. And I think then I had an apple, because I just really didn't want anything. And I had a muffin, that's what I had, a muffin and an apple. And I thought, oh, that's good enough. That's all I feel like. I don't really want anything else. It's getting late at night now, so I didn't really want to overfill myself at that late, you know, have a big meal or anything. So, which reminds me, I should probably take something out for dinner. I have not done that yet. And it's just after, I thought I was getting started way earlier here because I was up so early this morning, but I guess I've spent a fair amount of time looking for things and getting them ready for this and packing Angela's, the box for Angela. I got that all ready. I just have to wrap it, find some paper to wrap it in, and then get it mailed off. Won't be able to mail it off until I get my disability check at the end of the month, but it'll come before the due date anyway, so because the due date to send them, I think it was the 5th of March, so I'm fine for that. And then I'm in Art Bar, that's the Art Bar that's doing the clusters. Yes, couldn't think of that name. Why aren't these names just popping straight into my head when I need them? But I have a lot of clusters, so I can send clusters. So that is in March, so that works out perfectly. So I had one for this month, and I'll have one for next month, and that makes it a little easier financially too. Plus, it doesn't seem to cost us as much to send things to people in the States as it seems to cost you to send us. I was like, holy smokes. Some of the things that I've been sent from the States have cost them an arm and a leg, and I was just like, oh my God. So with this exchange, I didn't want to have somebody from the States or the UK or anything where it was going to cost them a fortune to send something to Canada. So I opted to have just one partner in Canada, and that is better. What happened here? Oh, okay, we're not supposed to be doing you or you yet. So this was 10. This is 11. See, I did it again, and I really want to give this one a good press here. So this is 11. Couldn't figure out why that wasn't fitting right. It's because this guy wasn't here yet. Now, because this one's so long, I like to just kind of give it a little extra piece of tape there in the center. You don't have to, it's just me. This is my coffee from this morning. I have warmed this sucker up. I think this is the 4th time that I have thrown it in the microwave. Oh, good, it's still hot. It was way too hot when I went to take a sip a minute ago. Okay, so that was number 11. Well, how did I miss number 8 like that? I'll look at number 8 down right now. Because I've done everything else and it'll fit nicely over here. So you see, we people who show you how to do things, we do make mistakes. You know what? Yeah, that was the thing about teaching. Now, is that 8? This is 11. Okay, so there's 12. Is this big enough for number 12 or not? Sorry if Yes, that one just fits nicely for number 12. And will you fit 13? Yes, you will. I forget what I was talking about. What I was going to say is when I was teaching, it was always like I was at home making samples of what the class was going to be, and as I would make the sample, I would have to write down the directions beside me of each step of what I had done, so that I had that in class, so that I could direct them from one part to the next. Because you know, a lot of people, and I'm one of those people that's really good at looking at something and thinking, oh, that looks really easy, and then all I have to do is look at it and I can do it. I can do that with anything, flower arrangements, party trays, you know, all sorts of stuff. All I have to do is look at a picture of it and I can do it identical to what's in that picture. Some people have problems doing that, but I don't know. To me, it's like I see it, I can do it, and it doesn't take much. I threw a huge party for my dad. And at the time, I was a balloon decorator, or worked for a balloon decorating company, I should say. But I went out and did stuff too. Plus I was in the workshop making things for weddings and different types of parties that were held and all that kind of stuff. So I had picked up everything I needed to do my dad's party. And I did it all at home. And I took a year to get it, because it was like planning a wedding, for God's sakes, because he was turning 80 and we were trying to keep, because my dad knew so many people, and it seemed to be getting more and more expensive. We were trying to just keep it, you know, to family and close friends. But then it got to the point where I was getting phone calls from his Lions Club friends wanting to come, and then he had been president of a legion out here 3 times at the same legion. Plus he had been in every legion parade that they had, and he was very well known there. And so trying to keep that to just family and friends was really hard. Like my original budget was like, well, if I can keep this down to like, I mean, the hall was for, I believe it was 150 to 200 people. I was trying very hard to keep it down to 150 because of catering and all this other kind of stuff. And then the caterers, they did the meal, but they didn't want to leave trays of food out for people to snack on later. They didn't want to do that. So I was like, oh my God. So a couple days before, and thank God I had a huge freezer that I was keeping things in for the party that I could keep in, because I used to make chocolates and, you know, all that kind of stuff I used to do. So I had made special chocolates for his birthday and all this kind of stuff, and they were in the freezer so that they would stay frozen and nice and cold right up until I took them out of the freezer. Then they were going directly to the hall where, you know, it was going to be hot and warm. So I had the bartender keep them in the cooler until it was time to bring them out. Then I had to do all the vegetable trays, meat trays, and pastry trays. So I ended up baking my ass off, getting all this stuff made. But, I mean, baking was one of my passions. It still could be if I had a good enough kitchen here, which I don't. I have a kitchen that barely turn around in, and there's no covered space at all. No counter space either. Half of my kitchen stuff is in storage because there's nowhere for me to put it. And so I did that. I designed, because I was a cake designer. When I was younger, I took courses in cake design, flower design. I did the balloon designing. I was a seamstress. I was a mad crafter. But I made sure, because I had a daughter, and I had 2 sons, and I knew that they would get married one day. And I made sure that their weddings were not going to cost them or me an arm and a leg. I could do their wedding cakes. I could do the flowers for the wedding. I could do the decorating for the wedding. So that saved them a ton of money because they didn't have to pay for it, because I could do it for them. Now, the only one of my children who ever got the benefit of that was my daughter, because she's the only one I saw get married. My sons, one went to Hawaii and got married. His father was there, a father who never ever had much to do with him as a child, but he was there. I wasn't invited. I didn't even know he was getting married. My second son, the youngest twin, I had no idea he had gotten married. And my mother went to the wedding. My mother and my stepfather. And my stepfather wasn't happy about it because he thought that I should have been told, I should have been invited. They should have just, you know, put whatever issues they had aside so that I could see my child get married. Because, I mean, we used to be such a close family until one of my sons got involved with a narcissist who became his wife. And that woman destroyed my family. As of 2004, I never saw my kids again. And so, if you're ever involved with a narcissist, for God's sakes, run as far and as fast as you can, because they will destroy everything that you love. Because all they care about is themselves. And you will always be to blame as far as a narcissist is concerned. They will never be to blame for anything. You will. And yeah, it's a very, very hard thing. And once you, I mean, my mother was a narcissist as well. So, I mean, I knew all the signs from, when this girl came into my son's life, and I was like, get rid of her as fast as you can. And he's like, I really like her. And I said, you might really like her, but I said, one day that girl's going to destroy your life. And sure enough, one day she took a knife to my son, and she was going to stab him. And she was going to take the knife to, when he caught her, she was down in the laundry room, and he had gone down there to get his uniforms out of the dryer. And she was standing there with a knife in her hand and his uniform. And she was going to cut up his military uniforms, which carries a really heavy, heavy fine, if not jail time. And he grabbed his uniforms, and when he did that, she swung at him with a knife. He got his uniforms, and he walked right out the back door and never went back. He told her, you have until the end of the month to leave, because living in military housing, if he's not there, she can't live there. So he told her, you have a month to leave. So he stayed at a friend's place for a month, and she moved out. And the minute she moved out, Children and Family Services apprehended the kids, phoned my son, asked him if he could, you know, what kind of arrangements he could make. And, I mean, he was blown away. I mean, he was taken off guard with everything that happened to him. And he came out and asked me to help him. And I said, by all means, you know, I would be more than willing to help you. But you are their parent, so don't expect me to do your job. I will be there to help. I will get them to and from school. You, because of your hours of going to work, I realize that that's too hard for the kids. And I will make sure that they get to and from school. But when you walk back in that door at night, you take over. Because you are the parent, not me. I'm the grandmother, and I would like to be the grandmother. I don't want to have to be the disciplinarian. I still want to spoil them like they're my grandkids and do things with them. Well, in the end, it didn't really work out that way. I ended up being the parent and grandparent, kind of. You know. I was the one that set the rules, and I even had to set them for my son, for Christ's sakes. And, you know, he was old enough to know better. He'd been taught better. But, you know, having lived with a narcissist, everything he had been taught had gone out the window, and, you know, he wasn't surviving well. He wasn't paying his bills properly. He was just, you know, like the bill came in, he paid it. And I said, well, why did you pay the whole thing? And he went, well, because it's a bill that is that amount every month. And I said, yes, it's a bill that's that amount every single month, that you have to pay that same amount, right? And he goes, yep. And I said, then why are you not paying half of it on the 15th and half of it on the 30th? He goes, can you do that? I said, yep. And that's how you should have been paying these all along, and then you're not broke because you're putting out such high amounts of money every 2 weeks. You know, you're leaving yourself broke, which in turn led him, on his wife's recommendation, to take out a line of credit. Big mistake, having a line of credit like that when you don't need it. Because being in the military, had more than enough money to live on. But that line of credit, when I moved in, was over $50,000. And when I left, it was down to $28,000. And he was paying $800 a month on that after I moved in. And it was like, you pay $400 in the middle of the month, pay $400 at the end of the month, and you'll be good. I see a little tiny spot there that is showing through to the white, so I'm going to put this down here to make sure that that doesn't show through. And there's our bunny with the dark chocolate center. He's a milk chocolate bunny. He's got a dark chocolate center. And now let's see how we'll do this. Let's see, what do we want? Let's see. We could have white bow tie. In his paws. Where's my glues? There they are. Now this has a sticky backing on it, but what I usually do is take that little sticky pad off, get rid of it, and then do this. Stick that in his paws. Because Easter rabbits usually have flowers on them, right? So we'll give him that. flower, but these aren't really a dark enough pink. Mind you, I could spray it and let it dry, because I do have a really pretty, couple really pretty pinks. Take it over here on a napkin and lay it down. There, that's pretty. That's pretty. I will show you how it has come out. It has come out like this, and what I've used is Luminart Shimmering Mist, and it's Radiant Rain is what it's called, and it kind of gets a twinkle on it, so that's kind of pretty. I actually probably have a flower that's better color than that too. Just let me go over here for a second, grab my flowers. Where are you? Okay, now I could spray that to match. That's the ones that I have. I'm sorry I'm off camera, but it's a little bit too big with the bunny there to bring it in. I think I am, oh, and I even have this color that would probably spray better. So I think that's what I'm going to do with that. I'm going to take, I'm laying the whole plastic bag down over here thinking I'm going to spray the whole thing. It's like, no, that doesn't work that way. And of course, we'll just make you open at the bottom. And I really want one flower so you can argue with me all you like. So I will take that little thing off there again, put it over here, and I'm going to lay that little flower down and give it a oh, so pretty. You're gone. You're gone, you're gone, you're gone. So, so pretty. Now it matches. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So now I know it's not dry yet. It's not dry, and there's actually a leaf underneath that didn't get any. There. Now it's got some. So, what I will do is I will put the glue here. I will take up my tweezers, wave this around just a wee bit, and stick it down. Oh, that's so beautiful. Love that color. Oh, don't you just love the color? It's so pretty. And then I see a teeny little spot. No, take the lid off, Lynn. There's a teeny little spot where I could see the white of the ribbon. Oh, it's so, so pretty. And one part of the back of the ribbon didn't get colored, but all I had to do was just touch it, and it picked it right up. So that is so gorgeous. Now, first thing I want to do, where are you guys? Before I add that flower, I want to pick a googly eye. I have had these googly eyes for so long. I have all sorts of sizes of them. I have little teeny weeny, little teeny tiny ones like this. If I can get them to turn over. There, but that size, and that size. Great big size. Mediums and rounds and ovals. size, and this one just all popped out here somehow. And then I've got this size. And, I'm thinking, okay, there's your nose. I'm thinking that would be a perfect spot for your eye, but is that the right size? Oh yeah, that's too little. Yeah, I think that round one was the perfect size. Right there. Okay, the rest of these can go back into their respective slots. So now you can see why I was so upset that I couldn't find them, because I have every different size. And, oh, and yes, I need this, so we can have a little white tail on the bunny. That's the other thing, I was searching and searching and searching for it, and there it was, right there in the... Now I can pull this open, I think, just a wee bit. Just fluff it out a tiny bit. That's better. I'll put... You're hearing all these things up here going on, and you're like, what's happening, Mom? You heard all the eyes being bounced around to that. To him, that means, okay, there's a new toy in the house. What can we do now? Hold that down. Wipe that glue away. Let that sit and dry. And we're going to take this eye, and I am going to put the glue right there. I hope this glue will be strong enough. I need my other tweezers there. These ones are easier to do this with. Down just a bit. Yeah, and don't you go stepping in pink ink and getting that all over the house. I'll move that out of your way so that we're not tempted, okay? And then I think if that goes right there, we got ourselves a cute little bunny. Monsieur Bunny, Mademoiselle. How cute is our bunny? Isn't it adorable? Now, I'm looking in my screen and I'm seeing that the bunny is upside down to me, so I'm hoping that I've got it on the proper side this time. I know yesterday, I mean, it seemed fine yesterday, but I noticed that this part was upside down to you. So today I turned it to the second X to see if this would make this part here right side up to you. Because if it does, then we're in luck. But I am still going to do, because this is upside down to me, I am still going to turn it to make sure, one way or the other, that you are seeing this little bunny the right way. So now we could do something in there if we wanted to. I don't know if I do or not. Let's see, what could we do there? Another bow work? No, too much bow. He only needs one bow tie. That's all he needs. I think I just want to let the brown show. That's all I want to do there. He's got enough decoration on him right now. Mind you, a piece of this is not right there. Get that off. Fix it with my scissors. Doesn't seem to be sticking very well there. Okay. So on to hold it down, stabilize. So there, so we have a very cute little Easter bunny. You know, the other thing you could do is you could take little tiny pearl strands, go all the way around the bunny. You know, you could do a ton of stuff with this. But I think she's cute just the way she is, and I did manage to get it in with no issues on my tablet. Wow. So once again, I will hold her up like this. I always have to move her over to make sure that you're seeing her. I hope that this is the right way because it is upside down to me. But then I have turned my tablet to the opposite side, so just in case, no, now this is upside down to me, pardon me. I will turn it this way because now I'm looking from head to bottom. So that should be the right side to you. So now you guys have an Easter bunny. I hope you have brown paper, but if you don't, this thin paper, it's very thin, it comes from the pharmacy paper, but you could use a regular grocery bag if you have to, and it would probably be a bit darker than this. If you've got darker brown paper, or even if you want a pattern in it, even if you want a pink bunny, or like I said, you could do white so that it's like a white chocolate bunny. But this way it's just a milk chocolate bunny with a dark chocolate center. That's it, and she's cute. And I've got my googly eye for her. So that's cool. So I'm happy. I'm happy that I got it done. I'm happy that it worked out, and I've got Angela's stuff all packed and ready to go on Monday. I think if my check's here Monday. I have to wait for that to arrive, so it goes directly into my bank account, so I just usually have to watch my bank account to see, and if it's there, I will go and I will get it mailed right away so that she gets it. I don't like to wait to mail things to the last second, so that people are waiting and waiting. I'm in Victoria, British Columbia, and Angela is in Montreal, Canada. So it shouldn't take too long to get her, I hope. And I hope that some of the things that I've sent her will be useful to her. And I hope you enjoyed your bunny. So anyway, country girls and country guys, I'm going to say goodbye for now. Who knows, I may end up doing something else today. The only thing I've got to do is do a couple dishes, and that's it. I've done everything else yesterday. And I may come back on and play again after this is all uploaded and done. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please give me a like. Just hit the little thumbs up there. And subscribe to my channel and click the bell beside it so that you're notified of future videos. And my Facebook group will be posted below the video once it's all uploaded and everything. I have put a tip jar there because I can't go live. I'm entitled to go live and, you know, have everything, but I can't figure it out. It just will not work. So, like I said yesterday, I have just found out that I am entitled to a small inheritance from my mother. My brothers have pretty much gone through and taken everything they wanted, including things that I was told by her that were to be left for me. They've taken. And they have said, well, we've got this one Petty Point picture that you can have because none of us want it. And I was like, oh, isn't that nice of you? You know, it's like I did my own petty point for years and cross stitch, but you know, yeah, none of them want it, so it's like, okay, it's junk to us, we can give it to her, because I'm the only girl in the family, and I get treated like shit by my brothers, have done my whole life. So I, you know, whatever. It's just like I'm not fighting anybody. I don't want to fight anybody, and I don't need it. I don't need the stress in my life. So I just, you know, I won't. So don't forget to keep your other little bunny too, because you can dress that little bunny up as well, and you could give her a little pearl necklace here on this one. You could have given her a pearl necklace here too if you'd wanted to. I just decided to go with the pink bows. But, yeah. So anyway, I do have the tip jar. It's my PayPal Me account. The only reason I have set it up is because I, you know, if I do start selling things through my channel, and, you know, I live on a very, very small pension. Like my pension is $730 something, and my rent is $810. So I live on a very small pension. I do get a subsidy to help with my rent, but by the time my rent is paid, my car insurance is paid, my internet and my phone, and the cats get food, I have $10 left to last me for the rest of the month. And that's supposed to include food and gas for me. So, you know, it's one of the reasons that I was convinced to set up the PayPal Me account. So, if you so feel that you would like to donate to my channel to help me out, I would definitely appreciate that. It would also help me to buy more up-to-date papers and things like that. I have a lot of older papers from when I taught, but don't have a lot of newer papers or paper packs. I do want to start doing a journal, and I think I'm just going to bite the bullet after I finish this series, and I'm going to start. I watched Danina do her kids journal one, and how she put it together. So, you know, I've been watching quite a few of them doing those. But Danina was doing this one step by step right from the very beginning. I happened to catch how she was putting that book together after she had taken it apart, how she was putting the two covers together with the spine, with a new spine. And I was like, oh, that's just like the book I made, which is, where is it? It's just like this book that I made, and with the spine, and I did this out of chipboard, made the whole thing, covered it, and put the pages on, and so I was like, oh, I can do that, you know, like that. Now that I've seen what she's done, it's like, okay, that's no different than what I did with this, because I did the exact same thing as what she has done. Now this whole thing is covered in just paper, no fabric. And I kept thinking, I don't have any fabric. And then I thought, well, yeah, you do. You've got an old, I used to have, well, I still have, I should say, a Chinese dress that used to fit me when I was quite skinny. I used to weigh 99 pounds most of my life, so I could fit into anything at one point in time. And so I thought, well, you know, sorry I turned myself off when I went to reach for the crocodile, is what I was trying to think of the name of. And it's meant for putting in these type of things, the grommets. But, I mean, I could still do that in this style of book, is put a grommet here and make a charm or something that goes down. So I'm going to give that a try. I have been eyeing my grommet maker for, maybe I should put it up where it's closer so I do. So I do it. So anyway, like I said before, and I didn't do it, I will say goodbye for now, and I will, just as I was saying goodbye, I ran out of room, so I just wanted to come back and say goodbye, and thank you for watching my video. Fred and Nico, thank you too, because they were both in this one. They've both been, you know, up on my table since while I've been watching to see, okay, where did it stop, what did it do? So now I've got it gone through Movie Maker, and now I can upload this little piece to it. But thank you so much for watching my channel. Please hit the like button down below here. Hit the subscribe button over at the side, the red button, and click the button, the bell beside it. And then you will be notified of future videos as well. And I hope you enjoyed the bunny. I think she turned out pretty cute. Everything's all been put away, but I can show her to you again because I have kept them. All of the iris folds I've done are all up on a shelf right there, and they will eventually get turned into cards. And that may be another thing that I do one day, sit here and do a few videos on doing cards with all these little iris folds. But hope you have fun with the Easter bunny, because Easter's coming up. I thought I'd better get something Easter in here so that you have, you know, something to work on. Maybe I will, well, I've still got like an ice cream cone and a kimono sitting here to do. I may actually just finish this little bit here and then get it into YouTube, and then I will maybe come back. I have to keep deleting each and every video. I cannot get I have a 5 terabyte external hard drive, and I cannot get it to work. I don't know what's wrong with it, but something isn't right. And it's only maybe 3.5 years old. Doesn't have that much in it, because I haven't put much in it since I lived with my son. And so it's got lots of room in it. Just got to try to get it working again, and I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. But anyway, well, I will leave you with Miss Bunny. I'll try to actually, funny story, after I had turned off the video, this was all sitting here like, kind of like this. And Fred came up, and all of a sudden he was just going crazy on the table, and I'm like, what the heck? And he jumped down, and he was running all over the place, and I had to try and catch him. And I finally caught him, and he had all this tape was stuck to his legs, and he was going crazy. It's like, that'll teach you, buddy. That'll teach you. Don't lay down on Mommy's work. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I enjoyed doing the video for you, and I hope to see you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.